How you doing, fight fans? This is Boxing Knowledge coming at you guys once again with another video, this time on the Miguel Cotto and Austin Trout fight coming in December, I believe in Madison Square Garden. Huge opportunity for Austin Trout to make a name for himself in the 154-pound weight division. It's a bit of a puzzling choice by Miguel Cotto, but it does make some sort of sense. He's coming off a very spirited decision loss against Mayweather. Huge payday, of course, that he received from that fight. As we all know, he was on the short list along with Juan Manuel Marquez and Timothy Bradley to face Manny Pacquiao. Which would have been also another massive mega payday for Miguel Cotto, but he opted not to face a fighter of either Pacquiao or Mayweather's caliber. Maybe he's looking at this fight as a slight tune-up fight to a possible matchup down the road with Mayweather, a rematch with Mayweather or Pacquiao. So, more power to him. He's coming off a spirited decision loss to Mayweather, and I think it's safe to say that that fight also did seem to take a lot out of Miguel Cotto. I'm not a Mayweather fan, guys. I'm not a Mayweather fan. You guys know that. Nevertheless, I have to admit that Mayweather won that fight convincingly, and also stepped off the gas a little bit towards the end. Against Miguel Cotto. I think if Mayweather really pressed for the knockout, he could have had it if he wanted. Cotto was on unsteady legs towards the end of that fight. So there you have it in regards to the decision by the Cotto camp to choose Austin Trout. Now, why does it make a little bit sense? Well, as I mentioned before, let's see, it could be viewed as a slight tune-up fight. Austin Trout is a slightly credible opponent. He's a titleist, so he'll become a world champion again for the second time in the 154-pound weight division. Add to Miguel's legacy, and once he becomes a world champion, he has a little bit more leverage against a possible rematch. See, that fight's not going anywhere, guys. Those two possible rematches against Floyd and Pacquiao. If he wins against Austin Trout, they'll be there. So pretty good decision once you look at it from that point of view. Now, let's talk about the matchup, guys. Let's talk about Austin Trout first. The truth is, I don't know much about Austin Trout. Prior to me deciding to record this video, I did know who he was. I mentioned his name was mentioned with the likes of Canelo Alvarez. Especially Alvarez, a possible opponent for him. That fight never materialized. I've heard his name, being mentioned a few times here and there, connected with Delvin Rodriguez, who, of course, had those two famous fights with the Polish guy, Wolak, I think his name is. So I don't know much about him. I went on YouTube to try to look at some of his fights. There's not much on Austin Trout. I mean, I did my homework, obviously. I read the Wikipedia page. I actually have it in my background right now as a reference point. I was looking at some of the fighters that he fought, going through his resume thoroughly, and I have to say, guys, I'm not really impressed. I did see him in action in a very, very boring fight against Delvin Rodriguez. He's a technical fighter with I guess decent power. I believe he's got a close to 50% knockout ratio, so he's not a devastating power puncher, which in my opinion is key to keep Miguel Cotto off of you. He's a technical fighter, so he's got a decent jab. He's just a decent fighter, I guess, and still, I guess, possesses a high level of confidence and an aura of invincibility because he's never lost as a professional. That's pretty much all I can say about Austin Trout. Nothing about him really impresses me, guys. I mean, he's a fighter out of New Mexico. Obviously, he's been promoted the right way. He's won every fight, and he's just there. He's just a titleist, with an opportunity to make a name for himself against Miguel Cotto. Well, let's face it, guys. If he beats Miguel Cotto, he's gonna be thrown in the mix, in line for a big money fight. And if he loses to Miguel Cotto, he'll just be another former titleist who will probably fade away into obscurity. But I think Miguel Cotto has more to lose. I think if Austin Trout wins this fight or is very competitive, loses a split decision, I think that Miguel Cotto should retire. But I just don't see that happening, guys. So let's get down to the breakdown of the fight. Austin Trout is a technical fighter, someone who understands very well all the ins and outs of boxing. He's been boxing for a long time, and he's undefeated. He understands how to use the jab. He understands, what combinations are, ring generalship. He's not a dumb fighter. He can be conservative at times, hence the reason why I guess the fight with Devlin Rodriguez was very boring. He just didn't want to go in there and try to smack him around. He's, he thinks he's a technical fighter, but whatever he can do, Mayweather can do better. And anyone who fights with Mayweather, their level of skill gets raised. Miguel Cotto's coming off, a 12-round decision loss against Mayweather. His game has been elevated. So if Austin Trout can jab, Mayweather can jab better. If Austin Trout is fast, Mayweather is faster. If Austin Trout is strong, Mayweather's stronger, guys. I mean, the only argument that I can see that to tell you guys my opinion that Austin Trout will not win this fight is A, he has no power, okay, and B, he's just does everything not as good as Floyd Mayweather Jr. does, and Miguel Cotto is coming off a competitive loss, relatively speaking. I believe Mayweather won at least eight rounds, at least that much, at least the very least 8 rounds of that fight. Being generous, we'll say 8 rounds, right? There's no way that Austin Trout can show Miguel Cotto something he's never seen before. Miguel Cotto's resume is just unbelievable. He's fought Manny Pacquiao. He's fought Sugar Shane Mosley. He's fought Ricardo Mayorga. I'm not even going to mention Yuri Foreman, the one who took the title off of, because Yuri Foreman really didn't beat anybody notable except for what's the guy's name? Daniel Santos, right? He's fought Floyd Mayweather. He's fought so many people and just been in the ring with iconic figures in boxing. Austin Trout, his resume's thin. He doesn't possess any like outstanding talent that we can say, well, his resume is thin, but he's ready for the step up. This is a great opportunity. He's got potential. In my opinion, I don't believe that Austin Trout can win this. I'm gonna go with Miguel Cotto by KO. Actually, I think that Miguel Cotto, after the Mayweather fight, knows how to get inside, because we're talking, he just fought a defensive genius in Mayweather. He was able to get inside and connect some punches, although it seemed like Mayweather invited him a few times and took unnecessary risks to make the fight more exciting for the fans prior to him going to jail. But that's all speculation, of course. So there you have it, guys. I'm going to choose Cotto by KO. If he doesn't KO, he's going to win by unanimous decision, of course. But I'm going to go with the KO. I think that's pretty safe. I think Miguel Cotto is going to get in there. It's going to hurt Austin Trout, and I just don't believe that Austin Trout's ever fought anyone even close to the caliber of Miguel Cotto. So there you have it, guys. Miguel Cotto by KO, and don't forget to subscribe, and remember, boxing is intelligence.